Hello, I'm going to show you how to sort fields in Power BI. It's one of the exercises from day 2 of JB International's Power BI course. So let's get into it. Okay, let's say you have a data set like this, several hundred rows. It's got some categorical fields. It's got lots of numbers here. Let's say you want to look at the profit and see how that varies by discount band. Okay, we've got discount bands here of none, low, medium, and high. You'll see that in just a moment. Okay, so we drag on profit, it makes a nice chart for us, and then we put the discount band in there as well. And Power BI very nicely breaks it down like that. And what it does is it shows by descending profit. Yeah, but it does this by default. And yeah, that might be all you need. But let's say you want to display this, or somebody wants it displayed in order of discount band. So you can sort that in a chart. So we're going to sort by, instead of sorting by profit, we sort by discount band. And so you look at this and you go, hang on a minute, so that's none. Why is it going none and then medium and then low and high? So these are not in the right order. So is there anything else you can do here? It's sorting descending. Does ascending work? That doesn't really help. The problem here, it's now sorting ascending. What's it sorting ascending by? It's sorting by just the text value alphabetically. So H comes before L and so forth. Okay, you can add a little touch of professionalism to this chart and all the charts in your Power BI report. If you can sort this the discount band by the meaning of the field rather than just its alphabetical value. Now, before I show you how to do that, let me show you the principle of that. Okay, so I'm going to do it with months. So here's a table and put in the month names. We've got these month names here, and I mean, they're not part of any date field, so that's just another sort of text field. And Power BI doesn't know their months. It doesn't know to sort them by calendar month. Once again, it's just sorting alphabetically. In this case, we're lucky that we have a month number. So if we put month number in as well, and you see that we do actually have the correct month number against each correct month. It's deriving that from the data here. We do actually have a month name and a month number columns in the data. But of course, Power BI is always grouping data. That's what a BI system does. These are categorical fields, even though the number has been marked as don't summarize. So it's essentially a categorical field. And I mean, you could get them to sort if we sort by month number, but then as soon as you take month number out of the table, it's gone back to its old ways. But it's possible to customize the data model, which you get access to over here in the fields pane, so that you give it its own, you could call it intelligence if you like, its own. You're going to customize it for the month name to sort not by its own value, but by the month number value. And so the way to do this is, first of all, select month name. That brings up column tools menu and gives you access to this sort by column button. This is the crucial tip here. And you see that it's sorting by, month name is sorting by its own value, which is a text value. We want it instead to sort by the value of a different field, by the value of month number. So you click that. Now, month name. From now on, anytime you use month name anywhere, it's going to sort not alphabetically anymore, but by that number. Okay, so that's the principle. We need to add, if we want to sort the discount bands, I think ideally we want them to be none, low. I mean, we do want none, low, medium, and high. We need to add another column to the table. You might think, oh dear, that sounds like hard work. Once you know how to do it, it doesn't take long. I'm going to show you a way to do it that doesn't involve any coding. It's easy to maintain. You know, should another discount band appear in the data one day? So we do that in Power Query. So let's go into Power Query to do this. Right click, edit query. One of several ways to get into Power Query. And there's our original data. Okay, now this is, if you're familiar with databases, we're going to do what's essentially a join. If you're familiar with more likely Excel, this is kind of the same principle as a VLOOKUP. But first of all, we need to create the data to be looked up, right? And so that's the enter data here. Okay, so click on enter data. We're going to create a new table. This create table dialog, rather friendly, helpful. It's easy to use, this dialog box for creating another table. So what we need to do is to create a table of the discount bands in one column and the associated sort keys in the other column, right? So discount band, like that. And now Power Query is case sensitive. So we need to type these discount bands in with the right case, uppercase, lowercase, and so forth. None, low, medium, and high. Be careful not to put any leading spaces or trailing spaces because that will mess it up. It's got to be exactly what is in the discount band in your actual data. So let's call this the discount band sort key. And that's now just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we need to give the table a name. Let's call it discount band. I'm going to be a little bit lazy and just copy and paste that down there to the table name, discount band sort. Click OK. And there's our table, discount band sort. And this is what we need to apply. Now I said it's similar to a, in principle, to a VLOOKUP. It's actually called merge in Power Query. Okay, and what we want to do is merge data from this discount band sort table into financials. The way you do that is you start with the table that you want to end up with. We want to end up with financials, having something merged into it. So you start with financials, and we're not going to make a new query. We're just going to merge the discount band sort into financials. So up comes the merge dialog here, and it's got instructions at the top there. Select a table and matching columns. It's telling you to do two things. Okay, the first thing is to select the table we want to merge onto it, which is discount band sort. And then the next thing we need to do is to select the matching columns. So this is, you're telling it how to do the lookup, how to select, for each row in the source table, which of these rows here to match onto it. Okay, so it's going to be matched by discount band. So you need to select both those columns, the discount band column in the first table and the discount band column in the second table. Okay, so every time it sees a none, it'll go and find that row there. Every time there's a something like low, for example, it will find that row here in discount band. And it's telling me down the bottom, the selection matches 700 or 700 rows. Good. That's what we want. Click OK. Hasn't quite finished the job. It's given us this table so far. We need to click the this little button here to expand, to actually pull out the discount band sort key. We don't need to use the original column name as a prefix. It'll give us a very long column name. So just deselect that. And it's done it. Okay. And if we look at individual records, wherever there's a discount band none, we should have a discount band sort key of 1. If I scroll way down, let's try that one of them. We've got a low and a discount band sort key of 2. This is looking good. Click close and apply, and applies the changes. I've made a slightly deliberate mistake in there, which I'll fix in just a moment. It's not a showstopper, right? Now, so we need to do the same thing here. We need to have our discount band. So select the column that you want to behave differently. That's the discount band column. We want it to sort none, low, medium, high. Select it here. Okay, and then choose sort by column. Once again, we don't want it to sort by its own value. We want it to sort by the value of a different column. Discount band sort key. And now we have it sorting the way we want. As I said, that adds a level of professionalism to your reports. A couple of things, just tidying up a bit. So first of all, this discount band sort key, I find it quite common to see things like this left in the data for users to kind of wade through. It's like wading through treacle. They'll never need to use that for any, very rarely, very unlikely. I mean, okay, they might, but it's unlikely unless they're kind of power users. Most people won't want to use that. So there's a good chance you'll want to hide that. Okay, we could just right click and hide discount band sort key. So it makes it a neater, tidier, slightly more pleasurable system to use. The other thing is this discount band sort table here has sort of been imported from Power Query into Power BI. It's not doing anything useful down here. You know, it served its purpose in Power Query, but it's not needed down here. It's frankly just littering the space. A quick way to get rid of this here is you can right click and you get the option delete from model. So it's going to delete from the data model, and you get a very nice, friendly, informative dialog box that says you sure want to delete discount band sort. It then says, yeah, here's the friendly part. It cannot be deleted. It's being referenced by another query. The query will remain, but its data won't be directly loaded into the model. So this is very nice of it. Yes, it's saying you can't get rid of that from Power Query, but we'll stop bringing it down into Power BI. This is good. Click OK. And so once again, we have an even cleaner data model to work with. If you're wondering what that's done, how does that work? Does it come down next time you refresh? It won't. If we go back into Power Query, it's marked italic. That's what happens when you could have done this at the time you made it, is don't enable load. So financials is enabled for loading, and discount band, you could sort of switch that on and off it's a toggle switch. You just click it once and click it again, and this tick goes away.